Good evening, Belize. It's Monday, and you're watching News 5. I'm Sabrina Daly, and here's what's making headlines tonight. A chilling start to the week in Belize City, where an early morning execution has left residents shaken. Was Egbert Flowers the target of a deadly land dispute? We'll have the latest from investigators. In Orange Walk, tragedy on the road. One man is dead after being knocked off his motorcycle. His girlfriend, who was riding with him, remains hospitalized tonight. A disturbing development out of Belmopan. A 14-year-old male minor has been arrested and charged for unlawful sexual intercourse following an incident at Compre. And on the eve of his 44th birthday, attorney O.J. Elrington is indicted for rape. What this means for the high-profile legal figure coming up. Plus, a horrifying bee attack in Kings Park leaves 6 dogs dead. Residents say they called for help, but authorities were reportedly too busy to respond. These stories and more are coming up at the top of the hour. Don't go anywhere. News 5 continues after the break.
Belize Electricity Limited is pleased to announce the holding of its 2024 annual general meeting at the BEL corporate headquarters on 2.5 miles Philip Colson Highway, Belize City, Belize, at 3 p.m. on Thursday, June 19, 2025. For registration purposes, shareholders are advised to bring along a valid identification, such as a social security card. Shareholders who are unable to attend may choose, and we encourage you to exercise this right, to appoint your proxy, or you can simply appoint the company's CEO or the corporate secretary as your proxy to represent you at the AGM. Proxy forms can be submitted at the BEL corporate headquarters on 2.5 miles Philip Wilson Highway or via email at shares@bel.com.bz no later than 5 p.m. on June 17, 2025. For more information or assistance, contact BEL's Securities Officer at 227-0954 extension 1512.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Welcome back. A Belize City neighborhood is in mourning tonight after a brutal early morning murder that has left residents shaken and police searching for answers. 59-year-old Egbert Flowers was just beginning his day, stepping out of his yard and onto his motorcycle to head to work, when a lone gunman approached and opened fire. Multiple shots rang out, striking Flowers and leaving him lifeless on the ground. The sound of gunfire startled the entire York Street community. Neighbors awoke to a horrifying scene, Flowers lying in a pool of blood, and his partner's anguished screams echoing through the morning air as she cradled his body in disbelief. Tonight, police are investigating whether this cold-blooded killing may be linked to a land dispute among relatives, a possible motive that has surfaced in the aftermath of the tragedy. News 5's Paul Lopez has more on this developing story.
A Belize City man was gunned down earlier this morning in a shocking act of violence on York Street. Just after 4 a.m., 59-year-old Egbert Flowers had just stepped outside and was getting on his motorcycle to head to work when a gunman approached and opened fire. The sound of gunshots jolted neighbors awake. Flowers was hit multiple times in the head and body, collapsing at his front gate with his motorcycle falling on top of him. He died on the scene.
Police are investigating the murder of Egbert Flowers, 59-year-old Belizean of York Street, address Belize City, which occurred in the early morning hours of June 2nd. The investigation has thus far revealed that Flowers was departing his residence at around 4:25 a.m. when he was accosted by an armed male individual who fired several shots, fatally injuring him. Police are investigating this incident.
Moments after the shooting, several residents ran to assist Egbert Flowers, who lay motionless at his front gate. His partner, overwhelmed and in shock, ran outside in a panic. Through her cries, she claimed that the shooting was the result of a family land dispute. Today, police confirmed that this possible motive is a part of their ongoing investigation.
Police have been following several leads as it relates to that.
Flowers worked as a truck driver at the Belize Waste Control on the George Price Highway. Neighbors say Egbert Flowers was the kind of person who always showed up when you needed help. He was friendly, thoughtful, and generous with his time. Now, as police work to find his killer, they're turning to surveillance cameras in the area, hoping the footage will offer crucial clues in solving this tragic case.
This area is one which has video footages, video cameras, the police surveillance footages, so they are being reviewed intently with a view to ascertaining how this incident unfolded and with the view of ultimately making an arrest. From all indications, it appeared that he was indeed the intended target.
York Street is not an area that falls under the current state of emergency. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
A heartbreaking tragedy unfolded on San Andres Street in Orange Walk Town over the weekend. What began as a peaceful Saturday night for one family quickly turned into a nightmare. Shirley Bell had just returned home from church and stepped outside for some fresh air when she heard a vehicle speeding down the street. Moments later, that same vehicle struck her son, Stephen Bell, and his girlfriend, who were riding a motorcycle just outside their home. Stephen died at the scene. His girlfriend was rushed to the Northern Regional Hospital where she remains hospitalized. The driver of the SUV, Haiti Chan, has since been served with a notice of intended prosecution, signaling that formal charges may soon follow. Tonight, we hear from a grieving mother, eyewitnesses, and police investigators as the community searches for answers in the wake of this devastating loss.
Shirley Bell had just returned home from a church service and stepped outside to enjoy the evening air. But what she heard next would change her life forever. A vehicle speeding down San Andres Street, its engine roaring through the night.
When I hear the vehicle going at speed, I say, man, the whole drive so crazy. And by the time I look up, because it don't knock them from behind, right?
She couldn't have imagined that the very sound she heard was the same vehicle that would moments later strike her son and his girlfriend, who were riding a motorcycle just outside their home.
So when the person fly up and drop, I never know that my son. They went, well, next boy passed and tell me, he said, Mommy, that's Stephen. When I run, he run out and he take his last breath. You know. And the next girl went on the cycle, the owner of the cycle, he knocked her. Before he knocked, she went in the corner.
The impact was devastating. Her son, Stephen Bell, lost his life at the scene. His girlfriend was rushed to the Northern Regional Hospital, where she remains hospitalized. Neighbors and loved ones are still reeling from the shock, and questions remain about what led to the deadly crash.
The girlfriend, right, knocked her in the corner and she stuck in the big cement drain. So they had to take she out and put in an ambulance and carry her, but all the while my son, You know, when they move, guy dead by the spot.
Police investigations are ongoing.
The police responded to the scene of an accident on San Andres Street in Orange Walk Town, where Mr. Bell was observed in an unresponsive state and exhibiting varying degrees of injury to the body. Also observed in the area that was designated as the scene of the accident was a Lifan motorcycle which bore damages and an SUV. What the investigators have thus far ascertained is that Bell was the pillion rider of the motorcycle when the collision occurred between that cycle and an SUV.
In the wake of the fatal crash, Heidi Chan has been served with a notice of intended prosecution. This legal notice signals that authorities are preparing to formally charge Chan in connection with the incident.
Then don't come and take statement and thing, because I tell you, I'm in the when it happened. And when the lawyer just come, he said that they went take care of the funeral and thing, but he still left to be seen.
Police investigations are ongoing and will continue to follow this story closely as more details emerge. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
2 Ladyville residents are in police custody tonight after making a bold and baffling attempt to transport over 15 pounds of marijuana on a bus full of police officers. Yes, you heard that right. 52-year-old Ellis Rudon and Misty Smith boarded the bus in Orange Walk Town, apparently unaware that nearly every seat was filled with officers heading to work the same shift. Assistant Superintendent of Police Stacy Smith says the officers quickly picked up on something suspicious. And what happened next was a swift takedown that ended with the pair in handcuffs and the drugs seized. Authorities are now investigating how the marijuana was packaged and where it was headed. Charges are expected to be filed soon.
On Saturday, 30th May 2025, police arrested and charged Ellis Rudon, a 52-year-old Belizean of Ladyville, as well as Mr. Smith, with the offense of possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply. This arrest was as a consequence of a search being conducted on a luggage that police believe was in their custody, and that luggage contained approximately 7,784 grams of suspected cannabis. Ellis and Smith boarded a bus in the Orange Walk Town district, and this bus was transporting police officers who were primarily reporting for the 12 to 6 a.m. tour of duty, when one of the officers, being alerted by the prevailing odor of the cannabis, decided to utilize the opportunity where the bus stopped to refuel to conduct a search, and the search led to the aforementioned discovery.
A troubling case is unfolding in the capital, where a 14-year-old student has been taken into custody and charged with unlawful carnal knowledge. The teen is currently being held at the New Beginnings Youth Development Center. The charge stems from an incident reported last week at Belmopan Comprehensive High School. According to police, a 13-year-old female student came forward, alleging that the 14-year-old had sexual intercourse with her against her will while on the school compound. Authorities say they are taking the matter seriously and have launched a full investigation. Assistant Superintendent of Police Stacy Smith provided further details on the case, which remains under active review.
On Thursday, 29th May 2025, police formally arrested and charged a 14-year-old male minor of Belmopan City for the crime of unlawful carnal knowledge. This arrest came as a consequence of a report being made by a 13-year-old female minor that on the 28th of May, whilst on her school compound in Belmopan City, the male minor had sexual intercourse with her against her will. The male minor was arraigned before the Belmopan Magistrate Court, where he was subsequently remanded to New Beginnings facility.
Prominent attorney Orson O.J. Elrington appeared in court this morning, where he was formally indicted on a charge of rape. The hearing took place at 9 a.m. before Justice Nigel Pilgrim in a courtroom filled with tension. Elrington, who turns 44 tomorrow, was represented by his father, senior counsel Hubert Elrington. Before the arraignment, Justice Pilgrim carefully explained the attorney's rights, including his right to legal representation, the option to apply for bail, and the implications of entering a plea. Elrington pleaded not guilty to the charge, which stems from an alleged incident on January 12, 2024, involving a woman in her mid-20s. The judge emphasized that any guilty plea must be made only if the defendant is truly guilty, and reminded the court that statements made during the hearing cannot be used against the accused. Both the prosecution and defense have been ordered to submit their case management conference forms by June 27th, with the conference set to begin on July 1st. Elrington's bail, originally granted by the lower court in 2024, has been extended until then. Representing the Crown in this high-profile case is Director of Public Prosecutions, Sherilyn Vidal. Coming up, brother formally arrested for murder of village alcalde. More when we return.
In Belize, change isn't just coming, it's already here. When people have tools, knowledge, and power, they build the future they want. This is what a game-changing partnership looks like. Equal, lasting, and led by the next generation. From greener choices to inclusive growth and innovation, Belize and the European Union are shaping tomorrow together. Every action, every voice, every breakthrough, it's all a part of the same story. Game changers, empowering the future. Follow the EU in Belize to discover the game changers.
Welcome to Turnef Atoll Marine Reserve, a jewel of the Mesoamerican reef system where unparalleled biodiversity meets captivating beauty. Experience world-class flats fishing and scuba diving. Explore Belize's largest wreck site and indulge in relaxation and rejuvenation at Turnef's luxurious eco resorts. But beyond its fascinating recreational opportunities, Turnef's protection is paramount, and that's where TASA steps in as the official co-manager of this marine reserve.
As part of the TASA enforcement team, I am on the front line protecting the atoll's thriving ecosystems from illegal activities and ensuring nature's balance is maintained.
Through adaptive management, I apply innovative research and monitoring techniques that guide the sustainable management of Turnef Atoll Marine Reserve, focusing on the fisheries and ecosystem health.
As a fisherman, I have witnessed the positive impact of TASA's work. TASA partnered with us on environmental awareness so we can fish more sustainably.
Our financial sustainability initiatives champion destination stewardship and build donor support. I host Blue Talks to inform and engage visitors, inspiring support for our mission.
Turnef needs you. Join us in harnessing the transformative power of collaboration to safeguard its invaluable marine resources. Let's embrace a shared vision of sustainability and make a lasting impact.
The countdown is on. The Miss Universe Belize Foundation Limited proudly presents the 2025 Miss Universe Belize pageant at the Belize Civic Center on June 28th. You can also catch it live on the national channel. VIP, reserve, and general admission tickets are available via DigiWallet and at any Cellular World outlet across the country. Want the ultimate pageant experience? Secure your Ultra VIP table now by emailing mubelizeinfo@gmail.com. You can also call or message us at 670-8786. The Miss Universe Belize National Pageant. Doors open at 6:30 p.m., red carpet rolls out at 7 p.m., and the show begins at 8 p.m. sharp. Miss Universe Belize 2025, crowning confidence, inspiring change, the power in her voice.
For 50 years, Quality Poultry Products has been part of Belizean tables, bringing you all natural, flavorful poultry. On Saturday, June 7th at 11 a.m., join us in the culture capital, Dangriga, for our anniversary motorcade in honor of the drum beats that define the Garifuna spirit. We kick off in front of Galusi School, groove down George Price Drive around the drums of our father's monument, where the heartbeat of Garifuna music lives, through Havana, St. Vincent, Commerce, and Kasha Nunes streets. Then it's left on Penn Road through Stanley Drive, Ecumenical Drive, Gadsby Ramos Road, down Trucking Boulevard, and finishing at our compound. Along the route, we're giving out free goodies, promo giveaways, and that music that gets your feet moving. Wave to our caravan and celebrate 5 decades of serving the very heart of Dangriga's community. Quality Poultry Products, where every drum beat meets the taste of home.
The best days of your life start with Smart's postpaid plan. Every day is a new challenge, and I stay connected with my clients no matter how tough the workout gets.
As a mom and entrepreneur, I need flexibility. My best day starts with my Smart postpaid plan.
As a chef, I only choose the best ingredients and the best postpaid plan with Smart. And that's a wrap.
As a TV show host, every second counts. My Smart plan keeps connection at my fingertips. Thanks. Oh, hi! One sec. I'm never giving up my Smart postpaid plan.
Explore Flex Junior, Choice, Select, and Plus postpaid plans and more to find the perfect fit to your days. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide to sign up today. Smart's postpaid plans are more than just a plan. They're the plan to the best days of your life. Smart, bringing people together.
Police have formally arrested 55-year-old Rafael Cal for the murder of his own brother, Romano Cal, the beloved alcalde of Medina Bank. The brutal killing happened last week right in front of Romano's daughter. The 50-year-old community leader was known for his years of service as both village chairperson and alcalde, earning the respect and admiration of many. The news that his own brother is now accused of the crime has left the family and the entire village devastated and searching for answers. Assistant Superintendent of Police Stacy Smith shared more details on the arrest as investigators continue to piece together what led to this heartbreaking act of violence.
On Tuesday, 27 May 2025, as a consequence of policing efforts, Rafael Cal of Medina Bank Village was apprehended in the Tambran village of Toledo District. Cal was being sought by police as the investigation into the murder of Romano Cal revealed that he was a person of interest. Subsequent to his apprehension, Cal was formally arrested and charged for the crime of murder and taken before the Punta Gorda Magistrate Court, where he was arraigned and subsequently remanded.
Police are not detailing the motive for the murder at this time. A disturbing discovery in Orange Walk has taken a grim turn as police confirm that 49-year-old James Mendez was fatally shot before his body was found at the bottom of a well. Mendez, a well-known mechanic and car dealer, was reported missing on May 21st. Just 2 days later, his body was discovered on his farm in San Pablo Village. The shocking revelation that he had been shot has intensified the investigation. Assistant Superintendent of Police Stacey Smith says authorities are actively pursuing leads and are still searching for suspects in this case.
As it relates to the murder investigation concerning James Mendez, which occurred in Orange Walk, the post-mortem was conducted on the body of Mendez, and the result is that the injury that was observed on the body when it was discovered was a gunshot wound, which has been designated as the cause of death. Police investigation into this matter continues.
Any suspects?
No suspect so far.
No possible motive was he involved in anything drug-related or anything like that? Is he known to police?
He was not known to police. However, the investigation is still in its infant stage and the investigation will continue.
Tonight, Belizean authorities are investigating the deaths of 2 U.S. nationals found just days apart in separate parts of the country. The first case was reported on May 29th in Placencia, where police discovered the body of 64-year-old Fred Hoffman. Friends had contacted the authorities after not hearing from him, and officers found him unresponsive at his home. There were no visible injuries. Just a few days later, tragedy struck again, this time in San Pedro town. 56-year-old Jeffrey Young was found unresponsive by his wife, who immediately alerted police. Assistant Superintendent of Police Stacey Smith says both cases are being treated as separate incidents, and post-mortem examinations are pending to determine the exact causes of death.
Police are currently investigating the death of 2 U.S. nationals in separate circumstances. The first investigation pertains to Fred Mason Hoffman, 64-year-old, where on the 29th of May at approximately 9:51 p.m., police visited a residence on Placencia Main Road, where Hoffman was observed in an unresponsive state. He was subsequently escorted to the Southern Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The body of Hoffman did not exhibit any visible injuries. However, it now awaits a post-mortem. Police were alerted as they were called to conduct a welfare check on the residence, as persons familiar with him had stated that they had not seen him for a few hours, which is something outside of the norm for him. As it relates to the second death investigation pertaining to the U.S. national, this one concerns Jeffrey Alan Young, 56-year-old American national who was residing in San Pedro town. This occurred on June 1st, 2025. The wife of Young reported to police that around 3:00 p.m. on that date, she made checks on her husband and found him in an unresponsive state. Young was not known to have any pre-existing medical conditions. However, due to observations made by the officers on the scene was processed by SOC personnel, and the body was subsequently transported to the Carl Hushna Memorial Hospital, where it now awaits a post-mortem examination.
Police have yet to detail the extent of Young's injuries. They have confirmed, however, that they were sufficient to warrant an investigation. On Friday, tragedy struck in Red Bank Village when 3-year-old Luis Sandoval lost his life while under the care of a relative. According to initial reports, the toddler had been left in the care of a 16-year-old family member when he wandered off into a nearby yard. Moments later, he was found unresponsive in a bucket of water. But as the family grapples with this devastating loss, new details have emerged. Loved ones now say Lewis was not found in a bucket, but instead suffered what they believe was heart failure. The conflicting accounts have left many with questions and few answers. Assistant Superintendent of Police Stacey Smith says the official cause of death will be determined following a post-mortem examination. As the investigation continues, the community is rallying around the Sandoval family, offering support during this unimaginable time.
Police are investigating the death of 3-year-old Jose Luis Sandoval, which occurred on 30th May 2025 in the Red Bank Village, Stan Creek District. So far, what investigators have been able to ascertain as it relates to that incident is that Sandoval was left in the care of a 16-year-old relative when at approximately 3:40 in the afternoon, because she could not locate Sandoval in the house or in the property, she extended her search to the property adjacent to theirs, and that search ultimately concluded with the discovery of Sandoval in a bucket which contained water. No visible injuries were observed on Sandoval, and the body now awaits a postmortem.
The family is pushing back on the police report. They're stating that the child was not found in a bucket and that they are certain that he did not drown. They are citing heart issues with the child. The police's response to that pushback.
Well, certainly the post-mortem examination, I believe, will clearly indicate the cause of death conclusively.
Police have formally arrested and charged 20-year-old Jose Funes in connection with the death of 16-year-old Denver Jackson. The fatal incident occurred on May 25th when the two were riding a motorcycle near the Santa Elena Bridge. According to investigators, Funes lost control of the motorcycle, causing it to slam into a lamppost. Jackson, who was riding as a passenger, sustained fatal injuries and was pronounced dead shortly after. Assistant Superintendent of Police Stacey Smith confirmed that Funes was under the influence at the time of the crash, a revelation that has only deepened the heartbreak for Jackson's family and the wider community. Funes now faces serious charges as the investigation continues. Meanwhile, loved ones are left mourning a young life cut tragically short.
As it relates to the death investigation of Denver Jackson, the 16-year-old male minor, police formally arrested and charged Jose Funes, a 20-year-old Santa Elena Town resident, for the crimes of manslaughter by negligence and causing death by careless conduct, as well as the offenses of using a motor vehicle not covered by third-party insurance, using a motor vehicle that was unlicensed and drove motor vehicle without due care and attention, as well as driving a motor vehicle with alcohol concentration above the prescribed limit. He was arraigned before the San Ignacio Magistrate Court on the aforementioned charges.
So all in all, was the deciding factor, was the main factor in the accident?
We cannot conclusively say that it was the main factor. However, the investigation has disclosed that it was Mr. Funes was under the influence at the time of the incident.
Ryan Budna, a freelance journalist known for his outspoken presence on Facebook, has been arrested and formally charged with cyberbullying. According to police, the arrest follows a report from a woman who claims Budna made public online statements about her with the intent to cause emotional distress. Shortly after that report, another individual came forward, accusing Budna of spreading misinformation online, allegedly with the intent to subject someone else to public ridicule. Budna, for his part, says he's no stranger to filing reports himself. He claims he has made several complaints to the police about others, which he says have not been acted upon. We reached out to Assistant Superintendent of Police, Stacey Smith, for more details on the case. While police continue their investigation, the incident has initiated a wider conversation about the boundaries of online speech and the responsibilities that come with a public platform.
On Friday, 30th May 2025, police formally arrested and charged Joseph Budna of Trial Farm Village for 2 counts of using a computer system to publish computer data to cause a person substantial emotional distress, and 1 count of using a computer system to disseminate a false information, a false statement with the intent to cause another person to be the subject of public ridicule. This arrest and charge was as a consequence of a report made by a female in relation to several postings of Mr. Budna. In relation to Mr. Budna's report, police have commenced an investigation and they are in the process of recording statements as it relates to the allegations that have been made by Mr. Budna.
After the break, bee attack exposes gaps in bee emergency response. But first, here's the latest weather update from the Belize Met Service.
Measles is a virus that is highly infectious and spreads through the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. It often starts with a fever, cough, runny nose, and red, watery eyes, followed by a rash that spreads all over the body. Measles can cause serious complications. But here's the good news. Measles is preventable. The safest and most effective way to protect your child is through vaccination. The MMR vaccine is safe and available at your nearest health centers and clinics. Let's keep our families and communities safe. Get vaccinated. Stay protected. Brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness in partnership with PAHO and UNICEF.
Veracidad, imparcialidad.
Este es el término utilizado.
Hemos estado haciendo el trabajo como organización.
Y tus noticias en español.
Están en aguas beliceñas, entonces esta bandera se queda aquí.
Sintoniza Canal 5 cada viernes a las 7 de la noche.
Tenemos que resolver los grandes problemas de este país.
Su voz importa, su acción cuenta.
Transfusión sanguínea, elementos que indican un deterioro evidente del estado de salud.
Somos Noticiero 5 semanal.
Perdió la vida en un heroico intento de proteger a su hermano. El Tribunal de Magistrados de la ciudad de Belice se paralizó. La policía está investigando 2 asesinatos separados.
Tu fuente de información.
You pay the bill?
Ma, I got it, you want it?
So you could pay the bill now?
Yeah, I can show you.
Ah.
See? Easy.
La formación del Centro Neurológico del Hospital Galenia es que esas enfermedades que son altamente complejas y que muchos de nuestros pacientes tenían que emigrar hacia otra parte de la República u otra parte de México ahora puedan ser atendidos aquí.
La atención quirúrgica en el centro neurológico se forma dentro de un grupo multidisciplinario que incluye tanto neurólogos, médicos internistas, ortopedistas, neurocirujanos, pediatras. Y este esfuerzo que se ha realizado para conjuntar todos los especialistas es para siempre brindar al paciente un abordaje multidisciplinario y transversal. Evidentemente, mientras más rápido podamos llegar al diagnóstico de los pacientes, más rápido podemos tratarlos, resolverlos y por ende mejor resultado vamos a tener al final. Entonces creo que la prioridad y el fundamento principal de un proyecto como este es justamente eso, que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados con un tratamiento completo, integral y oportuno. Y las visiones desde diferentes perspectivas nos permiten tener pues el mejor tratamiento y la mejor opción para el paciente.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Life is full of precious moments we're cherishing, moments that shape our present and lay the foundation for our future. But amidst life's beautiful tapestry, there are uncertainties we must confront. How do we secure today while protecting tomorrow? Introducing RF&G Life Insurance, your partner in safeguarding what matters most. With a RF&G Life Insurance plan, you can ensure financial security for your loved ones, providing them with a safety net for the future. From identifying and recommending plans suitable for your unique needs to expert advice every step of the way, RF&G Life Insurance is committed to protecting your family's legacy. Choose RF&G Life Insurance for peace of mind you can rely on. RF&G Life Insurance, securing today, protecting tomorrow. Your life, your legacy.
St. John's Credit Union.
Attention members and prospective members. St. John's Credit Union Limited cordially invites you to our 79th Annual General Meeting to be held on Saturday, June 14th at St. Catherine's Academy Mercy Center in Belize City starting at 9:30 a.m. Bring along your passbook or have your account number readily available with a valid Social Security card or passport for easy registration. Register before 9 a.m. and enter our early bird giveaway to win $500. Free transportation will be available for members from Dangriga and surrounding villages, Bemopan and San Ignacio. Contact your nearest SJCU office to reserve your seat early. Want to serve your credit union? Nominations are now being accepted for positions on our Board of Directors, Supervisory, and Credit Committee. Visit www.sjcu.com.bz for more details.
Service forward. St. John's Credit Union is the one, the number one.
A terrifying bee attack in Belize City has left one family shaken and 6 of their dogs dead. It happened Saturday morning on 6th Street, where Steve Mahler and his family live. Mahler was jolted awake by a distress call from one of his employees, and what followed was chaos. A swarm of aggressive bees had taken over the area, and the family's desperate attempts to get help revealed a troubling reality. No emergency agency was able to respond in time. Their calls for assistance went unanswered. The source of the swarm? A massive hive hidden inside the walls of a nearby abandoned building. News 5's Paul Lopez reports.
These empty dog bowls now sit as a heartbreaking reminder of what was lost.
For Steve Mahler and his wife, they're more than just feeding dishes. They're symbols of the pain and emptiness left behind after a horrific bee attack claimed the lives of 6 of their beloved dogs on Saturday morning. Mahler shared the emotional story of that terrifying moment, one that has left his family shaken and searching for answers.
So while I was asleep, a young man who worked with me here, Andrew, he came to work, right, and he seemed that he discovered what was happening. And he gave me a call. He was all panicking and stuff like that, and tell me, please don't come outside whatsoever. A lot of killer bees out there. It seems that all the dogs are dead. I said, what? How could that be? He said, yes. He said, the dogs are dead. He said, I'm going to look at my big German Shepherd that I had to the back. He said, and he's dead already. And, he had the other ones. And when he came out, then the bees, they attacked him also.
The swarm of bees emerged from an old abandoned wooden house nearby. It turns out the bees had made themselves at home, building a hive inside the walls of the structure. Concerned, Mahler reached out to the Belize Agricultural Health Authority for help. They pointed him to the Ministry of Agriculture, but when he contacted the ministry, he was told no one could assist. Everyone was tied up with the National Agriculture and Trade Show happening in Belmopan.
All the dogs are dead. And guy had 2 horses over there. I think one of them be really hurt bad. I don't know if he survived. And he managed to get out the other one, right? Some people had other animals that were killed around in the area. But everybody tell me that they can't do nothing. Agriculture can't do nothing. Baja can't do nothing because everybody did at the showground. I said, but I don't find that correct when I don't left nobody back in a Belize City or nowhere as an emergency team if something happens. I said, what's supposed some children also get killed in this area? There's nobody around who could do anything.
With no help from the government agencies, Mahler turned to a private company, Oriana Bee Rescuing Service. Ironically, they too were busy at the annual fair in Belmopan. But unlike the public offices, the company had a backup team ready. That team quickly responded to Mahler's call for help.
In this case that we went on Samara was an emergency case. We need to move as fast as possible. We get there, secure the area, and we started to open and rip the walls of the house. It was a large hive that was on the wall, and we tried to move as fast as possible that we can to remove it so we can there is no damage around.
Then I got in touch with the mayor, and the mayor, I must say, he stepped on it right away, right? And he told me, make him talk to the exterminator. And he did. And he made arrangement, and the Bali came, sent his team in.
Fernando Oriana says he has received more calls for bee emergencies this year than last year. He also explained that the hives he has uncovered this year are much larger than previous years. But what causes these animals to get in defense mode?
When we get into this season, the bees start to bring in a lot of nectar and pollen to their hives, so that also helps the queen to increase their population. Their population can get up to 80,000 bees. So when their population is way super large, their hives get big, and any type of noise or something that they can feel threatened, sometimes spray, maybe hairspray, or sometimes they try to spray a fish or a bug spray or something, and that irritates them, and they get very defensive for them and aggressive for us.
Mahler says his yard just doesn't feel the same without his beloved pets. The loss of all 6 in such a tragic way has left a painful void. The bee attack didn't stop there. It also targeted workers on a nearby property, adding to the chaos and concern.
So all I guess today, horrible when I get up and the whole yard quiet, nothing at all. You know?
Baja's managing director, Zoe Robinson Zatina, reached out to News 5 to explain that when she received Mahler's call, she informed him that they are not equipped to respond to bee emergencies. Baja then relayed the information to the Ministry of Agriculture. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Toledo Teachers Credit Union is reassuring members tonight after uncovering fraudulent activity at its Bella Vista branch. The credit union says the issue was quickly contained and no member accounts or personal information were compromised. TTCU launched an internal investigation, brought in outside experts, and is working closely with law enforcement and the Central Bank of Belize. A full audit has been completed and new security measures are now in place, including enhanced monitoring and a forensic review of all transactions. Affected members have been notified and the credit union is offering free account statements to help everyone keep an eye on their finances. TTCU says it remains committed to transparency and is taking every step to ensure this doesn't happen again. Members are encouraged to report any unusual activity to their local branch. The Firearms and Ammunition Control Board is pushing back against recent criticisms from a local gun dealer, saying its reforms are about safety, not red tape. Abner Murillo, owner of Lock and Loaded, claims the firearm licensing process has become overly complicated and unfair to law-abiding citizens like farmers and business owners. He also raised concerns about poor communication and alleged new ID requirements. But the FACB says that's simply not true. In a statement, the board clarified that only one form of government-issued ID is required, and that hasn't changed. They also emphasize that their reforms are designed to strengthen oversight, reduce loopholes, and align Belize with international security standards. The board acknowledged the challenges faced by rural applicants and says it's working to improve access and reduce delays. It also highlighted ongoing efforts to modernize firearm regulation, including a national registry, safety training programs, and support from international partners like the UN and the U.S. State Department. As for Mr. Murillo's legal action against the board, the FACB says it won't comment while the case is before the courts. In the meantime, the board says it welcomes feedback but won't compromise national security for convenience. When we return, the Market Smoothie Bar shines at the annual Agriculture Show.
The final.
LG dual inverter compressor cools air faster by operating at speeds as high as 120 Hz with more stability compared to conventional models. It also saves up to 70% more energy by operating at speeds as low as 10 Hz with more stability. It reduces torque vibration down to 40% for quiet outdoor unit operation. Stable operation with low vibrations also results in increased durability.
Sir, your item is ready for viewing.
Is that all? This is everything.
¿Estás planeando un viaje a Belice? Aquí te mostramos cómo completar tu formulario de llegada y declarar en 5 sencillos pasos. Paso 1. Visita belizetravel.immigration.gov.bz. Paso 2. Selecciona el formulario adecuado para llegadas y elige llegando a Belice. Paso 3. Proporciona los detalles de tu viaje de origen, incluyendo el aeropuerto de salida y tu país de residencia. Paso 4. Completa cuidadosamente el formulario de inmigración, agrega dependientes si es necesario, declara equipaje, moneda y mercancías y confirma que tus datos sean correctos. Paso 5. Descarga tu formulario completado y toma una captura de pantalla de tu código QR y del número de identificación para presentarlo al oficial de inmigración. Gracias por usar Belize iTravel. ¡Feliz viaje!
It's time to wake up, move, and feel amazing. Get your heart pumping and your energy flowing with Morning Boost. A fun and dynamic workout show to kickstart your day. Whether you're a beginner or a fitness pro, we've got the moves to keep you motivated. So grab your mat, set your alarm, and let's get moving. Morning Boost, weekdays at 6 a.m., only on Greater Belize Media.
Imagine getting rewards for your spending. Smart prepaid customers countrywide, it's time to level up with Smart Gains. Smart Gains are exclusive, limited time offers sent straight to your phone. We're talking irresistible rewards. You'll actually want extra credit, bonus data, and exclusive perks, all tailored to you. Because it's Smart, we've always got your back. Don't miss out on rewards made just for you. Smart Gains, Smart Savings, Smart You. Smart, bringing people together.
Belmopan was alive with energy this weekend as thousands flocked to the capital for the much-anticipated National Agriculture and Trade Show. The 3-day event, held under the blazing sun at the Agriculture Showgrounds, brought together vendors from all over the country to showcase and sell their goods. News 5's Brittany Gordon was on the ground Sunday to check out what this year's fair had in store.
The National Agriculture and Trade Show is easily one of the biggest events on Belize's calendar, drawing in tens of thousands of visitors each year. And this year was no exception. Even on the final day, the showground was packed with people exploring the many stalls and attractions. Among the newcomers this year was the Market Smoothie Bar, run by a husband and wife team making their debut at the event. With the scorching heat bearing down, their cool, refreshing drinks were a welcome treat for thirsty fairgoers. Co-owner Patrick Abrahams even revealed the secret behind their crowd-pleasing smoothies, though he kept just enough a mystery to leave people wanting more.
God is great. Natural is best, right? So the fruits speak for themselves. It's really just the fruits that do it and how we make it and the amount of fruit that we use. We don't use a lot of ice. We use majority fruit, and that's where the sweetness comes from.
Since 2021, the Market Smoothie Bar has been serving up fruity blends packed with fresh, locally sourced ingredients and absolutely no added sugars. Co-owner Tanis Abrahams says their drinks are made for everyone to enjoy, but they're especially proud to offer healthier options for Belizeans who are watching their sugar intake, including those living with diabetes.
A lot of the customers that come by, they are actually appreciative of it because they can trust us. We're very transparent with our customers because if you look at our menu, everything is listed. So in case you're sensitive or allergic to anything, or if you want to take something out or custom make a smoothie, that we can do that for you.
As the sun blazed overhead, many visitors were in search of a drink that would help them beat the heat and quench their thirst. That's where the Market Smoothie Bar stepped in. One customer was thrilled to find something both lactose and sugar-free on sale.
So how is it?
Very nice, very smooth.
It's not too bitter or too sour?
No, it's not sour at all. It's quite sweet, but I know there's no sugar in it.
So what made you decide to come and try out this place in specific? There's a lot of places offering drinks right now.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't take milk, and everything else has milk. But this is just fruit juice and, no sugar.
The Market Smoothie Bar also offers paletas, which include ingredients like locally sourced coconut yogurt. This is part of the company's goal to remain sustainable and supportive of local fruit producers.
We try to partner with a lot of local farmers, and we also like transparency from them as well. Sometimes we actually go to their farms. We do a lot of composting as well, so we ask them, we believe in composting, so we ask them if they will take the waste and, to do composting. So we form a very great relationship with the local farmers here, not only in Belmopan but around Belize as well.
While the business is still small, the Abrahams hope that its impact will be large and help push Belize towards a healthier tomorrow. Brittany Gordon for News 5.
The Market Smoothie Bar can be found in Old Belize on the George Price Highway and in the Fresh Garden Produce Market in Belmopan. Up next, Belmopan comes alive for Kings and Ballers basketball rematch.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
KTV The Remix Season 7 is back, and we're looking for the next superstar.
If you've got the voice, or you've got what it takes to own the stage,
then step up and show us what you've got at the official KTV The Remix Season 7 audition.
right here at the GBM Studios on Coney Drive, the 21st and the 22nd of June, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Whether you're a powerhouse vocalist, a smooth crooner, or a soulful performer,
your turn to shine under the lights right here to remix your future.
the winner walks away with $10,000 prizes and bragging rights as Belize's next top talent.
Only the best make it to the list. Will it be you? KTV, the remix, season 7. It's bigger.
It's bolder.
It's awesome. Let the remix begin.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad. In the month of June, visit a Benny's near you and get 19 to 25% off selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie power tools, Charbroil barbecue grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's, 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 oh.
unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Aiwa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Aiwa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Aiwa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Aiwa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Aiwa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Coming up, it's called the Nature Island of the Caribbean for several good reasons. This event features some icons of the craft, with info on how to become one yourself. Not only is this bank connecting with its partners, it's helping them get even better. Top-rated amenities, St. Lucian style. A marathon at midnight? Yes! It's all next on this station.
The best days of your life start with Smart's postpaid plan. Every day is a new challenge, and I stay connected with my clients no matter how tough the workout gets.
As a mom and entrepreneur, I need flexibility. My best day starts with my Smart postpaid plan.
As a chef, I only choose the best ingredients and the best postpaid plan with Smart.
And that's a wrap.
As a TV show host, every second counts. My Smart plan keeps connection at my fingertips. Thanks. Oh, hi! One sec. I'm never giving up my Smart postpaid plan.
Explore Flex Junior, Choice, Select, and Plus postpaid plans and more to find the perfect fit to your days. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide to sign up today. Smart's postpaid plans are more than just a plan. They're the plan to the best days of your life. Smart, bringing people together.
Good evening and welcome to this week's installment of Sports Monday. I am Paul Lopez, here to bring you the highlights from this weekend's Sports Showdown. We begin with the game of the week in the Belize Elite Basketball League. The Capital City Kings hosted the Kaya Western Ballers for a rematch after the Kings fell to the Ballers' home court advantage 2 weeks ago. 4 minutes into the first quarter, Jalen Lopez comes up with the steal and passes off to Brandon Potty Flowers, giving the Kings an early 7-point lead. Flowers went on to score 18 points for the Kings in 31 minutes of playtime. Jaheim Seago barreling through bodies and getting to the rim to end the first quarter drought for Ballers. He was 2 of 10 from the field on Friday night. An assist under the rim from Eric Nicholson to Kerwin Palacio for the jam. Palacio again, this time off the rebound from Aaron Allison missed layup. By the end of the first, Kaya Western Ballers had cut the Kings' lead to 3 points. Ballers' Anthony Howell tied the game at 19 apiece early in the second quarter with a pair of free throws. Capital City Kings then went on a 9-2 points run. Jamal Harris caught Nicholson sleeping on defense late in the second quarter and made him pay with a 3-point shot. Kings 31, Ballers 24. Nicholson immediately after on the other end with an and one. The first half finished with Kings still in the lead, 35-31. Now in the third quarter, Kings in possession and Javon McKenzie with the long-range three-pointer. Western Ballers' Dennis Flowers III at the 7th minute cuts the lead down to 2 from the three-point line. Flowers again at the 5th minute, this time tying the game at 45 apiece. He's looking for the foul. Just over a minute later, he nailed the next three-point shot from the corner to give the Western Ballers their first lead of the game. Flowers finished with 28 points with an impressive 6 of 8 three-point shots made. He also had 8 rebounds. The Kaya Western Ballers kept extending their lead in the fourth quarter and took it to as much as 11 points. There was a part of the game late in the fourth where the Capital City Kings brought that lead down to 5 points. But Flowers dished out the final blow only moments later by forcing the turnover and making good on an open opportunity from the three-point line. The match finished with a score of 80 to 70 points in favor of Cayo Western Ballers. Up north, the Corozal Cerro Suns stunned basketball fans when they defeated the Belize City Thunderbolts in a Saturday night match that ended 67 to 65. On Saturday, the under-15 females participating in the Anthony Mauller Youth Football Tournament faced off for their championship games. KP Strikers took on Goal Getters in a match for bronze. A throw-in towards goal for Goal Getters 6 minutes into the game led to a penalty kick after a KP Strikers player touched the ball inside the penalty box. That is 1 goal for Goal Getters. A foul and a spot kick in favor of KP Strikers equalized the match at 1 goal apiece. This match ended in a penalty shootout. After 5 kicks from each team, KP Strikers came out on top and secured the season's bronze medal. In the championship game, Royal Fusion took on Albion Strikers. Regulation time saw both teams score 2 goals each. This resulted once again in a penalty shootout to determine the ultimate winner. Royal Fusion missed their first and 4th attempts. Albion Strikers were on target for every shot. The Albion Strikers are your 2025 under-15 female football champions in this tournament. Well, folks, that's all we have for you in tonight's coverage of Sports Monday. Catch you in the next one.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.